Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. That's the usual thing what I say. I can't really help it. It's like a program. Yeah. This will be the commercial part in the beginning. If you're looking for good ear covers, I got this at Princess Auto in Langford for a very reasonable price. It's a sleek design. It covers very well. Driving glasses, Rexall, Royal View, Langford, Colwood, Victoria, in Rexall, or Shoppers Drug Mart. Good driving glasses. They got nighttime version as well as they got the daytime version. And today I'm gonna keep my keep on, like back in the days those apostles were doing it in they fabricated their own keepers, and then they covered they were Hebrews. Originally Hungarians are ancient Hebrews, and so what happened is in the colostor, in the dwelling where they were living, in the, what would you call it? It's like a huge church, like a cathedral, with huge property, everything made out of stone, so it's really cold on the surface level. Underneath the surface, of course, there are many other levels, and there are warm, hot areas. Mostly. So what I'm trying to say is they had to cover they wrote the Bible. They were the ones who wrote the Bible, and lots of done a lot of healings. Good Christians are still doing healings. They are healing. We are healing. They are. So as the word is healing with us, healing will always work. So these apostles, prophets, Hebrews, from all parts of the world, of course. They weren't only originating from that area. Matter of fact, they were in the area where most of the times, most of them. But of course, there were many amazing like saints in a way, of course, today. Or we just call them friends. If human means friendly, then human means friend. So they had this on because it was usually, cold place. So when they were riding the intelligent, like really human life supportive, human spirit supportive, human mind supportive, human body supportive. They're serious healers. They are like gurus in the West. So, or in Europe, I think that's where mainly these amazing humans, women's as well as women's as well as men's are living or were living since thousands of years ago, if not like much more than thousands of years ago. If you go back to priesthoods or saints or remarkable people doing remarkable things for humankind, for a whole lot of humans, somehow they got a better deal for us, or seemingly a better deal for us, or a better deal for a little while, God knows. They are all different. Some folks would say this is the best deal ever. you know. Luckily, I am living in this area, in this what is it now? Today, 2026, March 20. I arrived to Canada in 1999, March 10th. Okay, let me introduce you to something before I get to Heaven's Net. I will continue to Heaven's Love, Heaven's Net, with the next material, human soul, human spirit, human biology, biochemiology, if there's a word. So it is physically also supporting as well as psychologically, spiritually, all that. I will continue with that. It is the eye. The eye is the window of the soul. In Hungarian, a Szem, a Lelek, Ablaka. We will continue. I will continue with that. But before we will continue, this will be another time for a break for a commercial. For that, I'm here. I'm gonna remove my keeper. It's nice and warm now right here. But as you know, I'm working on growing my hair, so I put herbal tea on it, and what could go wrong? Okay, like rosemary or peppermint, good stuff. Okay, or what's the other one? The fenugreek. This, let me introduce. So this is the commercial. Let me introduce you to raspberry oranges. These oranges, as you can see, are very dark red, like red. Ula means red also in Hawaiian. GY, ula. Yeah, so very sweet people. It also means blood in a good way, of course, or the sun, the lava. Also means you are an angel. That's king. Of course you are. Everybody is an angel. As a godlike angelic being, right? So these taste like raspberries. Look at this. That's the inside. It's still very dark. This not that sweet. Maybe I ate something sweet before I started this. I don't know. Usually they taste sweeter, but they taste like raspberries, and they are oranges, so they're really big. So imagine big juicy raspberries. Here is a seed. Something to think about now. It's springtime. Or springtime time. Will be springtime soon. Okay, so this is very good. Let me quickly show you before I begin what I have for lunch as a vegan. I have been vegan since 11 years was the time when I had to transform. My nervous system was not able to comply with anything animalistic anymore, but it's a good thing. It's because I surrounded myself with animals until I was 25, inside and out. We had a good relationship, we still have a good relationship, I'm just not consuming them. Some of them are upset and they want to be in, but that's another story. So this is what for lunch. I got this amazing milk. They have 4 simple ingredients. It's not cheap, it's about $6 or $5 or depends where you go, could be more. Filtered water, gluten-free oats, sea salt, amylase, food enzyme. So this is it, 4 ingredients. Taste clean, stays fresh longer, highly recommended. Unless if you can do it yourself at home, of course it's always the best. You can get good oats, and then if you know how to do it. There is YouTube University or YouTube University. So here is this. This is French, so the mouse. I don't know exactly the French. I will learn French. I love French. I will love to say how to say aromes naturels in French. Aromes naturels. Siwa, soda, sirop, sucré. I'm trying hard. Okay, cream soda. That's the English version. Stevia, zero sugar soda. Ingredients: carbonated water, natural flavors, stevia leaf extract, which is naturally sweet. It's good sweet, and it's very healthy. It's very beneficial for the nerves, for the blood, tissues, as well as there is citric acid, which is just vitamin C. What can go wrong? Of course there is water. Of course I got my little copper cup with a beautiful baseball. I love throwing baseball, playing catch just as easy, just for fun, lightly, nice and easily. I love playing catch, throwing catch. Okay, here it is, a beautiful wholesome grain salt. Oh, I was waiting. I already started yesterday a little bit. I couldn't resist. This was fresh. Who can resist? Of course, probably now I'm gonna continue with the back of the bread until it's still somewhat fresh. You can see how much it is. Ingredients are pretty good. There are no any more products in there. It says that it made us, but it's not in there. I trust the love of God. I trust the love of God. There is a joke. Someone asked, "Do you pray before you have food?" And then another one says, "No, my mom cooks pretty good." Okay, organic pumpkin seeds. Oh, my mother is a pretty good cook. No, we don't pray because my mother is a pretty good cook. Okay, as you can see, there's a cutie up here. Probably love this stuff. I don't want to feed them because obviously they're just gonna come more after, even though they probably are hanging out somewhere out there, and who knows, maybe they know what I eat in here. Probably they do. They can hear it, they sense it. Super intelligent. There's food, right? So they know. So this is amazing stuff. If you can get this, get it. Good for everything. You can't go wrong with this. Benefit lots of zinc in a good way, in the best way, as long as the product is quality. I believe I got these things from everyone can tell. Costco Kirkland signature hummus. Everybody loves hummus. I don't know how many people love it with roasted red pepper. Some folks would love it with garlic or as is. Vegan gravy. I'm not gonna open it up right now because I only have one hand available. But vegan gravy from Costco. Vegan sausages from Food on Save or Save on Foods. Save on Foods. As you can tell, I was born in Hungary. I am undeniably Hungarian. I need to have the sausage. It's a bit rough, but that's all. Okay, so this is it. Let's continue with Heaven's. Let's see what's going on in the monitor here. Okay, so this is it. So you know what I'm looking at when I'm reading. Ooh, I see a lot of poems here. So today we will cover the eye is the window of the soul, and then in Hungarian as well as in English, and then we will of course in English more detailed because this presentation is in English because it is a word language. Hopefully my accent is not something what hopefully it's a good accent. Maybe some people say, oh, I can listen to this, so can you tell me about a little? So, who knows. This is about heaven's love, so I'm gonna say hopefully there are people who, like everyone's people, I know a couple of characters in our world everybody would love. Okay, in Hungarian, Szem, Lelek, Ablaka. Szem in English is like a core, could be a core, could be a seed. It is literally means a seed. It also means eye, metaphorically, like there are two meanings of the same word. Also means eye, like we got eyes, and in this case it means one eye. of course, you would, if you would want to perceive, comprehend the message through that way of understanding what Szem means. In that case, then in a good way, of course, it would be another really amazing story. By quality of nature, perfectly aligning with words between words. So if you look at words, when you think about only good things, every word got that kind of good thing with it as well. All the words, from the tiniest elements to the biggest giants, and in between the formations, objects, living beings, everything, spirits. A szem, a lélek, ablaka. A lélek ablaka, that's technically the window of the soul. Lelek, in this case, because I didn't use intentionally, I didn't use the apostrophes, or there are like marks, or like a long, like on a lélek would be there's an e, the second e, lélek would have an apostrophe. I think that's what it's called, or like a little line hanging above it, and that would make it an a instead of an e. In this case, a lelek also means that I find something. So with the soul, especially with the window of the soul, we always find similar quality natured beings, things, effects, if not anywhere else, but then inside in our memories, or inside experiences, what we are experiencing, if memories are not available. Who knows, amnesia happens, but again, memory comes back, cells regenerate. As better we support them, as better they will become. Okay, I think I will just read it to Hungarian. So there will be explanations for Hungarians, since it is available in Hungarian, and this message came through me, then to you, so through me, by me, in Hungarian, deserves the respect. A lélek ablaka megmutat mindent, ami a lélekben van. Az igazság árad belőle, mert a szív és az elme erejével hat. A szem fényének a sugara a lélekből eredően határtalan. Amikor tiszta, akkor örök, mint a szent lelkének a hatalma. A ragyogó fényével élvezi az élet minden gyönyörű értékeit, a kapcsolatokat, amiket kölcsönösen elér, mindig megbecsüli. A lélek ablaka olyan, mint a lélek. Megérti a jót és a szépet. Átláthatóan érzékel mindent, amikor tiszta szívvel érezhet. I got a little bit emotional over here, so you gotta give me a couple of minutes, and I continue this in English with explanations. It is exactly the same, so this translation is almost, like, I would say about 90%, at least 90% exactly word by word translation. transitioning to English. So this is a very special channel. I was able to use, I think, Google Translation, and then what I wasn't really as there are a couple of options you can choose from when it comes to using Google Translation from Hungarian to English. So this is what it is. The eye is the window of the soul. The window of the soul shows all there is in the soul. Truth flows from it because it works with the power of the heart and mind. The ray of light of the eye, while originating from the soul, is boundless. When it is pure, it is eternal, like the power of the Holy Spirit. With its radiant light, it enjoys life with all its beautiful values. It always values the relationships which it has with others. The window of the soul is like the soul. It understands the good and the beautiful. It perceives everything transparently when it can feel with a pure heart. Okay, I got emotional again, so I will pause this. Okay, I'm back. As you can tell, I had at least 1 or 2 slices of this amazing raspberry oranges, which I truly like raspberries. And once I explained this over here, I don't want to spend too much time. I have a very, very busy day today. It's Friday, so everybody is free. It's free day, and everybody is available now. So I do have a meeting, and then of course there will be a lot of other meetings as well where I go afterwards. Go into a beautiful public place, my favorite recreation center. I have many favorite recreation centers. They are all amazing. Over here, it's great. It's public. Good. The eye is the window. The eye. So there is a comma. The eye is the window of the soul. Which is not a bad thing. So I in this case means this, also means I. In this case, also means yes. In this case. Like the yes man. Yes man believes, says yes to everything will be yes. Okay. That means there's an antenna with energy. S means a lot of that. So it's a good thing. So he was kind of right. As long as there are good energy, it really works. The eye is the window of the soul. So the eye, I have a sunglasses here. He has scratches on the inside. The side is glue, so this area is glue, but on here and here, those scratches over there are on the inside. Yeah, we are electric, pure energy. electricity. So we, as long as it is pure, of course. The soul is pure, energy is pure, psyche follows up, physiology follows up, healing is there, heaven's love, heaven's net. That's what it takes. Okay. It is, so explanation is there in the title. Just hopefully it was a good explanation for the title. The window of the soul shows all there is in the soul. So through these, it is very glassy. I have experience with eyeballs, my own eyeballs. Somebody was scraping a pledge off of it because something flew on it and in it, and a little metal. Someone was working with metal. I walked by 6 months later, or middle of the exams, and I gotta go to the eye doctor. But God was with me, got me through. Everything was good. Yeah, it was good. Now the eye is nice. Now the eye is doing pretty nice, so can't really complain. Can still see where he was scraping it. It will heal. Okay, the truth flows from it because it works with the power of the heart and mind. Pure soul, pure electricity is connected to the pure soul, pure electricity, purity with eternity, with eternity, with divine holy existence, heaven's net, heaven's love. They're at the very same life, what keeps everything alive. Is truth. There's truth flows from it. That's how you know it is from the soul. Because it works with the power of the heart and mind together as one. Talking about a healthy mind, a healthy heart working together. Nothing else involved. So now I'm talking about heaven's love, so I'm limiting everything what is, I'm making this as much uplifting and positive with everything as much as possible, because this material does not have any negativity in it, but because in this world I need to relate it to this world in a good way, so we can actually see this in this world, be with it more easily. It helps me. When something reminds me of heaven, always helps me. Okay. The ray of light of the eye. The ray of light of the eye. So there is a radiation, a radiation, that's a ray of life, of the eye itself. As electricity streams through it, with our attention, with it, that's what it is. It is connecting us. If you look at it, if we look in each other's eyes for more than 5 minutes of living being, even if there are not only pure electrical qualities, human qualities involved, the connection will reach to the human soul level, to the soul level, with any living being. Of course, it is not safe to look at any living being's eyes, regardless of either if what type of living beings they are. It is not safe just to do it, because there is an electromagnetic connection with everything with it, what goes through the person spiritually, electromagnetically. So we might, we might see eyes, we are like that was an actor, Gene Wilder. Gene Wilder eyes was like always very, happy. You can tell, happy man, like really happy man. So he did goofy stuff and made everybody happy. That's a good action plan. As long as the things what may otherwise in real life wouldn't remind us to have as love, if we can make them, if we can act them, like that's what the healing. That's why media is related to medical procedures, like media, like what goes through medium, like a remedy, what goes like a healing process, what goes through individuals, what's getting projected through individuals, through the eye, to the window of the soul, will affect everything around us. The power of love is huge. We are interconnected to this camper, to Earth, as well as to Orion, to the Orion starship, directly interconnected, directly. Like your geothermal energy is literally in between the planet, as well as mine as well. Our soul, our geothermal power, literally, it is interconnected, interlinked, as well as with, of course, with the reason why it's called a starship inside the. Okay, let's go heaven's love, heaven's net explanation, because I do have an appointment. Starship, it's got a star in it. Eternal star. So, the ray of life of the eye, an eternal star, is your soul. Our soul qualities are the eternal star qualities. Spark of God, the physical manifestation. Physical manifestation is the human element of spark of God. So it's a real story. The ray of life of the eye, while originating from the soul, is boundless. Soul is originating from the source, where all life is originating from. It is true story. Between the planet, to the planet, true story. Interconnected with other human planets, starships, the Orion star system, where we are actually, the soul is actually, the human soul is actually from. When it's pure, it is eternal, like the power of the Holy Spirit. Everybody is familiar with the power of the Holy Spirit, I think. Many ways it has been symbolized in the world. Sometimes there is a star and just shines. A healing energy. Chlorophyll, it is also Holy Spirit. One of the most relevant to this, what I can think of, or the power of magnesium. Magnesia, of course. Vitamin C is Holy Spirit. A lot of good Holy Spirit. If you go to a liquor store, you find a lot of Holy Spirits. There's a reason why the alcohol called spirits, pure spirits, plant spirits. They're good. In the right quality, in the right amount, they will purify, they will neutralize the bad spirits. Same spirit what we got. Okay, with its radiant light, it enjoys life. With its radiant light, talking about the soul, it enjoys life with all its beautiful values. I think it's pretty straightforward to understand what the soul does soulful things. What soulful things are lovely stuff, are enjoyable things, humanly enjoyable. That means, yeah, I know this will be good for my soul. Hawaiians say mana, and they also refer it to spiritual qualities, good mana, good energy to be with, not consuming it, and also to good food with like the taro, the good mana, lots of healing plants, minerals, sunlight, mana, okay, the water, mana, ocean water, coconut water. Okay, it always values the relationships it has with others. So with its radiant light, it enjoys life with all its beautiful values. It always values the relationships it has with others. So this is pretty good. I think that's a pretty good deal if you're thinking about what really moves us, what really propels us, what really makes us feel comfortable at home, at least at the same time, spiritually really well as Zen. At the same time, of course, make us feel at home on our own planet. Imagine that feeling, you know. What's better than that? I think it's a pretty good deal. Okay, so the radiant light, it enjoys life. That's how it is possible with the explanation just mentioned, with all its beautiful values. Those are the values. It always values the relationships it has with others. It's important. The more we really love each other as who we are, as soul beings, as more we know, as more we regarding each other, as more we are acknowledging each other, as more we getting to know about each other as soul quality beings. It is true, especially for humans in our case, because we are humans. I need to be biased in this case. I have to sustain my own nature, human nature, with humankind more than anything else. That's number one purpose. That's what my soul tells me, my human soul. The window of the soul is like the soul itself. So that. I think it's. If you look at it, it is round. If you look at it, it has a core. It has rays like the sun rays. We are sun rays in a way, originating from the core through the core as well. At the same time, very very special beings. Of course, only human soul qualities belonging to the Orion starship qualities, or the earth real true core qualities, as the ray of light, or spectrums of lights and frequencies vibrate. It's very very important to remember that energy is everything. We are energies firstly, primarily. Everything is energy firstly, primarily. If they are resonating perfectly with us, it will only support us, perhaps keeps us alive forever. Well, in heaven, the window of the soul is like the soul. So that's what it does. That's what I just was hopefully able to explain. It understands the good and the beautiful. So it is good, it is beautiful. What else will it understand more than anything else, or better than anything else? We can resonate with, or originally, as soul beings, we are resonating with, of course, soul beings. Firstly, and more than with anything else, but of course, because something else is also involved in our living, in our existence. That's a better way to put it, because living would always only involve good things, loving, caring, humane. Imagine that word, that's heaven. Okay, so let's get it. It perceives everything transparently. that means, like I mentioned before, geothermal power household, soul qualities in there, they are in there, through there, in the core, through the core, all interconnected neurologically, electromagnetically, in the ether, to the ether, keeps us alive. Everything is, also there are pools where everything is monitored to this amazing power household, geothermal power household, what keeps everything alive. So of course the human starship is what is mostly connected to us, like through that or with that we are also connected to the central sun of the universe, and there is a huge starship in there as well. That's also called Orion. They are called Orion because they are human starships, so one design. So this is what it takes. It perceives, so that's the explanation, it perceives everything transparently. So that's kind of like the explanation. So everything is transparently perceived in heaven's net, in heaven's love, in life. Jedis would say life force, energy, the force be with you, the force is everywhere, let's just say electricity, energy, we are in heaven, and it's better to stay with words, with meanings. There are only meaning. Good mean good. It perceives everything transparently when it can feel with a pure heart. So yes, there is a condition. Our electromagnetic field, our aura, according to our original human nature, original human soul qualities individually as well as collectively. It is for us number one, I think, not number one because, well, it is a huge part of sustaining human nature. So we could say between sustaining human nature, I would say one of the most important thing would be is to organize the environment energetically according to the original pH balances, electromagnetic pH balances. And if we are being exposed to different ones, then of course we would need to protect ourselves thoughtfully, carefully, with human care, with human right thinking, creative as well as creative abilities. So human right thinking, feeling, then creative abilities. That's what I would say. It's very important, human right. So you got your own pace, you got your own rhythm, your own word. Everybody got her or his or it own heaven. Let's be honest. Luckily, thanks God, we are all individuals in this universe, which is a great thing. Nothing is exactly alike, which is a great thing because that's how we complete each other with heaven's net, with heaven's love. That's all what we do. So this is technically the next material I will mention, but I really need to get ready, and the video, I don't want to get it too bored. I wish everyone a really lovely, beautiful day. Here is an overlapping to the next material in English. That is in the end. It's called Love Takes Two, Me and You, Nat King Cole. What could be a better message than that in springtime, during springtime? Now we are in springtime. Or I am in springtime. I am always in summertime actually, but I was really happy for spring. Imagine a spring is summer. That's not a bad deal. Summer is spring time. I love you.